Hello everyone. In the first lectures we have covered the contents, that is the introductions to the database management systems and the purpose of the database systems and what is the file processing systems. Now we will cover what are the limitations of file processing systems, and because of these limitations we are not using this file processing systems for storing or processing our data, and that's why the because of these limitations we are shift on the database management systems. Now one by one we will discuss these things. First things is what is the data limitations of file processing system is. First things is data redundancy. So what is the data redundancy? Data redundancy is defined sometimes as per the requirement. Same data may be stored in a multiple files. Suppose consider an example. Consider an employee having the record in both the employee and team files. The name and address of the employee is stored in both of these files. Means the data gets duplicated. If such data increases, it leads to higher storage and access cost. This duplications of data is various files in term as a data redundancy. In traditional file system, it is very difficult to avoid this data redundancy. So because of the data redundancy, your same data is present in a multiple files. So that's why it will occupy the more storage. Okay, some employees data may be present in the employees information, some data same data is present in other files like employees detail as well as the salary details, etc. Okay, so that is your data redundancy. Duplicate data is present in a multiple files. Next one is the data inconsistency. When the data is to be updated, the data redundancy may lead to data inconsistency. Data inconsistency occurs when data is not updated in all the files simultaneously. Suppose for example, if the designations of employees get changed, then the respective changes should be made in both the employees and the team files. If for some reasons it is not done, then it leads to data inconsistency. Two files are there, one is the employees files and another is the team files, and suppose the data change in the employees file, it must be changed in the team files also. Okay, but suppose this is not happened, then it is called as a data inconsistency. Same data is not present in the both the files, that is the employee as well as the team files. Because for the sample employees we may get different informations which may create the problems in processing of the data. Third one point is the limited data sharing. So it is difficult to share data in a traditional file system. Each application has its own private files, and user have little choice to share the data outside their own applications. So to share the data we have to write the complex programs. That is your limited data sharing. So we cannot share all the informations from every files. There is a limitations. Fourth one point is a difficulty in accessing data. The needs of data access varies time to time. Means different types of information is needed at a different situation. For example, just consider that we want to retrieve the data of employees who do not have taken any leave throughout the quarter. In such case, we have two options. We can access the data by the manual method, or we have to write an applications program to retrieve such customized data. Both the options are not convenient, as both of them lead to wastage of time, because both the two things are different, and it is time consuming process. If we do it, then also it may be possible that after some times we may require data with some different filter criteria, and the data retrieval for customized information becomes difficult because the conventional file systems does not provide any efficient and convenient way to retrieve the data. So that is why it is difficult in accessing the data. Fifth one point is the data dependencies. In the file, data is stored in some specific format tag, semicolons or comma. If the format of any of the file is changed, then we have to make the changes in a program which process the files. But sometimes there may be many programs related with the same files, and in such a case, changes in all such programs should be done. Missing changes in a single program may lead to failure of the whole applications. Sixth one is a poor data control. The traditional file systems does not have centralized data control, because for storing the whole data, we have already seen in through the one example that in school file systems the separate data is stored according to the class requirement, class 5th, class 6th, class 7 and so on. So in the traditional file systems does not have the centralized data systems, the data is decentralized or the distributed. In this system, the same fields may have the different names in files of different department of an organization. These situations may lead to different meanings of same data fields in a different context, or same meanings for the different fields. This causes the poor data controls. Seventh point is the problems of security. It is very difficult to enforce the security checks and access right in a traditional file system. To the file we can set password protection, but what if we have to give access to only few records in a file? For example, in our data systems, the project manager should be able to see all the recording teams under him. The team leader should be able to see data about his specific team, but payment details of one project manager should not be accessible to his team members or any other project manager. In the conventional file processing system, the application programs are added in ad hoc manner for specific purpose, which makes it difficult to enforce the security constraint. The next one is the concurrency problems. Concurrency means access of same data by multiple users at the same time. This is very important aspects as it leads to increase in performance of systems and transfer response. Many advanced systems allow the concurrent access and manipulations of data. For example, in our systems, consider a record of an employee is accessed and updated by multiple users simultaneously at a time. This may lead to inconsistency of the data if the concurrency is not controlled in a proper manner. In another example, if multiple transactions are make updations on a same bank account, this is the real world example, bank account, then it may shows the incorrect balance. Okay, so if any other transactions try to access balance amount in between, it is very difficult to implement the concurrency control mechanism on file processing system, which leads to incorrect or wrong data retrieval. Ninth one point is the poor data modeling of the real world. It is difficult for file processing systems to represent the complex data and the interface relationship. This results in poor data modeling properties, and that means the real world applications are difficult to implement using the file processing system. Data isolation is the next one. It is data isolation. It is difficult to store entire data in a single file. It is distributed in a different files as per the category. These files may store the entire data in a single file, it is distributed in a different file as per the category. These files may be in a different format, because of which it becomes difficult to write applications programs to access the desired data from these files. Next one is the integrity. Every enterprise has its own constraint while maintaining the data in a files. Suppose in an employee's files, the employee ID must start with E. Such constraint can be added while writing the application program. But later on, if any new constraints are introduced by enterprises, then it becomes difficult to add these constraints again. The file processing systems does not provide any functionality to handle these situations, that is called as the integrity problems. Last one is the atomicity problem. Failure in a computer systems may occur any time. When failure occurs, if any transaction is in its midway, then it may lead to some incorrect data updations in the system. Consider another examples of bank transactions where some amount is transferred from account A to account B. Initially, the balance from account A is accessed and debited by the rupees 1000. Then we are going to credit it in account B. But before that, systems crash occur which halt the transaction. Now these situations lead to incorrect data updations in the balance of account A. In file processing system, it is difficult to handle such situations to maintain the atomicity of the database. The purpose of database management system is to solve all these problems and give the functionality to store and manage the data in an efficient and convenient way. Because of these disadvantages or limitations of file processing systems, we switch to the new technology, that is the database management systems. Okay.